Spiritual growth is a journey filled with profound discoveries and personal transformations. As chosen ones, individuals often find themselves on a path that brings enlightenment and deeper understanding. However, this journey also comes with potential pitfalls. One of the most significant dangers is the rise of spiritual ego. This phenomenon occurs when individuals begin to see themselves as superior to others because of their spiritual insights and experiences. The spiritual ego can be subtle and insidious, slowly creeping in and overshadowing true spiritual growth. It is crucial to recognize the signs of spiritual ego early on to prevent it from derailing one's journey towards genuine enlightenment. Failing to acknowledge and manage spiritual ego can have serious consequences. When spiritual ego takes hold, it creates a sense of separation and superiority. This mindset can isolate individuals from their communities, leading to loneliness and a lack of meaningful connections. Moreover, spiritual ego can hinder true spiritual development. Instead of moving towards unity and compassion, individuals may become stuck in a cycle of self-righteousness and judgment. Recognizing and addressing spiritual ego is essential to ensure that one's spiritual path remains authentic and transformative. Spiritual ego is a state where the ego disguises itself under the veil of spirituality. It often starts subtly, with feelings of being special or chosen because of one's spiritual insights. These feelings can lead to a sense of superiority over others who are perceived as less enlightened. Spiritual ego can manifest in various ways, such as thinking that one has all the answers, feeling morally or spiritually superior, or using spiritual knowledge to control or manipulate others. Early signs of spiritual ego include dismissing others' beliefs and experiences, seeking validation for one's spiritual status, and being overly concerned with how one is perceived in the spiritual community. Recognizing these signs is the first step in preventing spiritual ego from taking root. Spiritual ego doesn't just affect the individual. It has a ripple effect that impacts relationships and communities. When someone starts to see themselves as spiritually superior, it creates a barrier between them and others. This barrier can make it difficult to form genuine connections, as the person may begin to look down on those who do not share their level of insight or practice. The feeling of superiority can lead to judgment and criticism, which in turn breeds resentment and division. Instead of fostering a sense of unity and compassion, spiritual ego promotes separation and discord. It's essential to remain humble and remember that everyone is on their own unique spiritual journey, and no path is inherently better than another. The risk of feeling superior also affects how one interacts with their spiritual practices. A person with a spiritual ego might use their practices to show off their enlightenment rather than for genuine growth and connection. This can turn spiritual rituals into performances meant to impress others rather than sincere acts of devotion. Over time, this attitude can erode the true purpose of spiritual practices, which is to connect more deeply with oneself and the divine. By staying aware of these pitfalls, chosen ones can ensure their spiritual practices remain authentic and meaningful. One of the significant challenges posed by spiritual ego is the struggle to maintain authenticity. When spiritual ego takes over, there's a constant need to uphold the image of being spiritually advanced. This can lead to dishonesty with oneself and others, as the individual may hide their vulnerabilities and imperfections to maintain their perceived status. Authenticity is a cornerstone of true spiritual growth, and losing it can create a false sense of self that is difficult to sustain. Embracing one's true self, with all its flaws and imperfections, is crucial for genuine spiritual development. Another danger of spiritual ego is the potential loss of empathy and compassion. When someone believes they are superior, they might find it hard to relate to others' struggles and challenges. This lack of empathy can make it difficult to offer genuine support and understanding, which are vital components of spiritual leadership and community building. The journey of spiritual growth should be one of expanding empathy and compassion, not diminishing them. Staying grounded and remembering the shared human experience can help counteract the isolating effects of spiritual ego. Staying grounded is perhaps the most critical challenge. Spiritual ego can inflate one's sense of self to the point where they feel untouchable and beyond reproach. This mindset can lead to making decisions that are not in line with one's true values and can harm oneself and others. Grounding practices, such as mindfulness, regular self-reflection, and seeking feedback from trusted peers, are essential to maintain a balanced perspective. By staying connected to the earth and the present moment, individuals can keep their ego in check and continue their spiritual journey with humility and grace. Managing spiritual ego requires a high level of self-awareness and a commitment to introspection. Regular self-checks are vital to ensure that the ego remains in balance. This involves being honest about one's motivations and behaviors and recognizing when the ego is beginning to take control. Self-reflection practices, such as journaling, meditation, and contemplation, can help individuals stay in tune with their inner selves and identify any signs of spiritual ego. These practices encourage a deeper understanding of one's thoughts, feelings, and actions, fostering a more authentic and grounded spiritual path. Honest self-reflection is not always easy, as it requires facing uncomfortable truths about oneself. However, it is a necessary step in preventing spiritual ego from taking over. By examining one's actions and motivations, individuals can identify areas where the ego may be influencing their behavior. This awareness allows them to make conscious choices that align with their true values and spiritual goals. It's important to approach self-reflection with compassion and non-judgment, understanding that everyone has an ego and the potential for growth. Cultivating humility is another crucial aspect of managing spiritual ego. Humility involves recognizing that no one has all the answers and that everyone is continuously learning and growing. It's about acknowledging one's limitations and being open to the perspectives and experiences of others. Practices such as gratitude, service to others, and seeking guidance from mentors can help cultivate humility. By embracing humility, individuals can keep their spiritual ego in check and remain open to the endless possibilities for growth and enlightenment on their spiritual journey. Being part of a supportive community is essential in managing spiritual ego. A community provides a space for individuals to share their experiences, receive feedback, and learn from others. Within a community, it becomes easier to recognize and address spiritual ego because others can offer perspectives and insights that one might not see themselves. This collective wisdom helps to keep individuals grounded and connected to the broader human experience. A supportive community fosters an environment of mutual respect and understanding, where members can hold each other accountable and encourage authentic growth. Engaging with others who are also on their spiritual journey can provide a reality check and help keep spiritual ego in balance. By listening to the experiences and challenges of others, individuals can gain a better understanding of their own path and the common struggles faced by all. This shared experience can be humbling and remind one that everyone, regardless of their spiritual insights, is still learning and growing. Building relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection helps to counteract the isolating effects of spiritual ego and promotes a sense of unity and compassion. Balancing confidence and humility is crucial for managing spiritual ego. Confidence in one's spiritual insights and practices is important, as it provides the motivation and assurance needed to continue on the spiritual path. However, this confidence must be tempered with humility to prevent it from turning into arrogance. Understanding the difference between self-assurance and arrogance is key. Self-assurance is knowing and trusting in one's abilities and insights, while arrogance is believing oneself to be superior to others. Nurturing genuine confidence involves recognizing and celebrating one's achievements and growth while remaining open to learning and improvement. It's about acknowledging one's strengths without feeling the need to compare oneself to others. Practices such as mindfulness, gratitude, and self-compassion can help maintain this balance. By staying grounded in the present moment and appreciating the journey rather than the destination, individuals can foster a sense of confidence that is rooted in humility and authenticity. Managing spiritual ego is an ongoing process that requires continuous growth and learning. It's important to understand that spiritual ego can re-emerge at any stage of the spiritual journey, and vigilance is necessary to keep it in check. Regular self-reflection and introspection are crucial in this ongoing process. Staying open to feedback and new perspectives helps individuals remain humble and aware of their ego's influence. Continuous growth involves seeking out new experiences, learning from others, and remaining curious about the world and oneself. It's about embracing the journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening with an open heart and mind. By staying committed to personal and spiritual growth, individuals can ensure that their spiritual path remains authentic and transformative. The support of a community and the practice of humility and self-awareness are essential tools in this lifelong journey. Recognizing and managing spiritual ego is vital for chosen ones on their spiritual journey. Spiritual ego can subtly undermine true spiritual growth by creating a sense of separation and superiority. It impacts relationships, hinders empathy, and distorts the purpose of spiritual practices. By staying self-aware, engaging in regular introspection, and seeking the support of a community, individuals can keep their spiritual ego in check. Balancing confidence with humility and embracing continuous growth and learning are essential steps in this process. The journey of spiritual growth is one of ongoing discovery and transformation. It's about staying true to oneself, fostering genuine connections, and maintaining a sense of humility and openness. By recognizing the dangers of spiritual ego and taking proactive steps to manage it, chosen ones can ensure that their spiritual path remains authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling. Let this awareness guide you towards a deeper, more compassionate, and enlightened existence, where spiritual growth is not just about personal enlightenment, but also about contributing to the well-being and upliftment of others.